Good morning, forest friends. I am here today with two books. The first one is called Salmon Stream, and the second one is called The Wolf Who Ate the Sky. And The Wolf Who Ate the Sky is going to lead us into our activity for the day, too. Has something to do with this sky right here. So we'll start right off with Salmon Stream. I love salmon. They're one of my favorite animals. This is the stream in the forest. This is the water, clear and cool, that flows in the stream in the forest. This is the deep and shady pool, filled with water, clear and cool, that flows in the stream in the forest. This is the nest of the rocky gravel, far beyond the shady pool, filled with water, clear and cool, that flows in the stream in the forest. The egg of a salmon, born to travel, hides in the nest of a rocky gravel, far beyond the shady pool, filled with water, clear and cool, that flows in the stream in the forest. See the salmon eggs? Right here. This is the tiny fish that hatched and has its dinner still attached. From the egg of a salmon, born to travel, that hides in the nest of rocky gravel, far beyond the shady pool, filled with water, clear and cool, that flows in the stream of the forest. This is the trout that tried to catch the tiny fish so newly hatched, that has its dinner still attached, from the egg of a salmon born to travel, that hides in the nest of rocky gravel, far beyond shady pool, filled with water clear and cool, that flows in the stream of the forest. A hovering osprey dived to snatch the wily trout that tried to catch the tiny fish so newly hatched that it has dinner still attached, from the egg of a salmon born to travel, that hides in the rocky nest of gravel, far beyond the shady pool, filled with water clear and cool, that flows in the stream of the forest. It's getting longer. These are the spotted fry that grow and wait for a sign they instinctively know. The rains will tell them when to go. They leave the place where the osprey snatched the wily trout that tried to catch the tiny fish so newly hatched that had its dinner still attached, from the egg of a salmon born to travel, that hides in the nest of rocky gravel, far beyond the shady pool, filled with water clear and cool, that flows in the stream of the forest. Traveling down with the current's flow, facing upstream as they go, the smelt pass obstacles great and small, gravelly shallows, a waterfall, through culverts and pipes devised by man, down a fish ladder, on a dam, and to an estuary wide. Drifting with the ebbing tide, they reach their saltwater home at last, an ocean indescribably vast. Indescribably vast ocean. It's very big and spacious. The salmon grow for months in the sea, catching fish and swimming free. There's a few different types of salmon here. Can you see the difference? trying not to become a meal for human sea lion, orca, or seal until they get the homing urge to gather where river and ocean merge. This is the rain that swells the rivers and sends the message that nature delivers to salmon to send them home to spawn, relentlessly swimming on and on, up the river with the tide, past the estuary wide. Up a fish ladder, on a dam, through culverts, pipes, and advised by man, obeying the voice of instinct's call, they leap a 10-foot waterfall to reach the place where they were born, bruised from the journey, weary and worn. A long journey as a salmon. The salmon come home at the end of their lives. They spawn, and each little egg that survives will start the cycle over again. With the coming of the rain, and the silver smolt will discover the sea and turn to salmon swimming free, and tiny fish will one day hatch with their dinners still attached from the eggs of a salmon born to travel, that hide in the nest of rocky gravel, far beyond the shady pool, filled with water clear and cool, that flows in the stream of the forest. That is all about our salmon and salmon stream. What an incredible journey that these salmon go on. The rivers to the ocean, through waterfalls, try not to get eaten by other animals. Next book, The Wolf Who Ate the Sky. The wolf who ate the sky. Once upon a time, there was a very nice wolf who was so hungry that when he went to bed, he said, "When I wake up, I'm going to eat the first thing that I see." The next morning, when the nice wolf woke, he opened his eyes, and the first thing he saw was the sky. So he opened his mouth wide, and in one big gulp, swallowed the whole sky. He was so hungry that he ate the sky. But then the world went dark. There was no place for the sun to shine, and no place for the clouds to dance, or for the eagles to fly, or for the jet streams to lead the jets. And everyone had to walk around with flashlights so they could see. But there was one little boy who said, "I'm going to fix this." And he started looking for the wolf who ate the sky. But first he came upon a little mouse. "Have you seen the nice wolf who ate the sky? I'm going to find him and get the sky back." The mouse said, "No, I haven't seen him, but that's a great idea. I'll come to help." Soon they came upon a lion. "Have you seen the wolf who ate the sky? We are going to find him and try to get the sky back." The lion said, "No, I haven't seen him, but I would love to help. May I join you?" "Of course," said the boy. Then the three of them saw a campfire with lots of animals around it. There was a giraffe, a monkey, 2 squirrels, a dog, 3 bats, and many more animals. The boy spoke up and said, "Excuse me, but have any of you seen the wolf who ate the sky? We want to talk to him to try to get the sky back." All the creatures said, "No, we haven't seen him, but that's a fine idea. Can we come along too?" The boy said, "Yeah, that'd be great." And then all the creatures started walking together in one long line, looking for the wolf who ate the sky. Suddenly, they heard a deep howl. "That's him! That's the nice wolf!" said the boy. All the animals got very quiet and made a plan. The boy led them, and they all crept very carefully toward where the howl came from. Sure enough, the kind wolf was sitting by a campfire. Big animals, like the lion and the giraffe, made a commotion, sang and danced and banged on trees and made funny noises. Surprised, the wolf opened his mouth wide in astonishment and laughter. That was when the mouse jumped inside the wolf's mouth and slid down his throat to his belly, where the sky was still shimmering. The mouse grabbed a corner of the sky and started pulling up. The mouse needed help. She asked her friends. All the animals came running. The squirrel grabbed the mouse, and the dog grabbed the squirrel, and the animals made a big long chain pulling on the sky. They pulled and pulled and they pulled and they pulled and they pulled and they pulled. And then, pop! The sky came out with a huge whoosh. Like magic, light filled the whole world again, and the sun could shine, and the clouds could dance, and the eagles could fly, and the jet streams could lead the jets. So eagle flying. Then the animals all worked together and fed the wolf a big meal of oatmeal and raisins and nuts so that he would no longer be so hungry that he would eat the sky. And just to be sure the sky would stay, the little boy climbed a ladder and screwed the sky to the ceiling of the world so that no other wolf or any creature at all would get mistakenly hungry and ever swallow it again. Love the light in the world, feed the hungry, and treasure working with friends. And that is the end of The Wolf Who Ate the Sky. I've never been so hungry that I ate the sky before. Seems like a lot to eat. Alright, so for our activity for today, it's actually going to take place in the evening, a little later as possible when the sun starts to go down. And last night, what I did is I came out here and I observed the sky. And I just looked for anything that was crossing the sky, if that was animals, which I saw owls and bats. It was also lightning. I saw lots of lightning last night, and it was really fun to just watch the flashes go across the sky. And once that lightning cleared up and the clouds passed, I saw constellations as well. I saw these constellations, the Little Dipper and the Big Dipper. I also saw this one right here, and this one is Orion's Belt. And when you look at the sky tonight, can you find any other constellations that I didn't see? Ooh, and I also saw Venus last night, the planet. It looked like a big, big, big bright star. So our activity today is going to be looking for different constellations, looking for anything that flies through the sky, and looking for lightning, anything that you see happening in the sky. I'm curious to know. I'd love if you sent it or sent some pictures. I wonder if you can find the moon tonight. I couldn't find the moon last night. I think that it's just a really small sliver right now. So that is it for today's stories and activities. And let's meet back and say farewell and sing our closing song.